not just a sport, but a culture. It has produced some iconic and unforgettable moments in sports history, and the fighters who have competed in the octagon are nothing short of legends. Are you ready to take a trip down memory lane and relive some of the greatest moments in UFC history? Prepare to be amazed and challenged as we reveal the top 10 greatest fighters to set foot in the octagon. From legendary knockouts to historic title runs, we'll take a closer look at the careers and achievements of the elite fighters who have left an indelible mark on the UFC. Number 10. Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo was a total boss in the featherweight division in the UFC. He held the title for a record 7 years and defended it multiple times. And let me tell you, during that time, he took down some heavy hitters like Chad Mendes, Frankie Edgar, and Uriah Faber. He was basically unbeatable for a decade with 18 straight wins, until Conor McGregor came along and knocked him out. Long story short, he's considered one of the all-time top 10 UFC fighters and easily the greatest featherweight champion ever. Trust me, if you're a fan of MMA, you don't want to miss out on some of his fights. Let's move on to the next. Number 9. Matt Hughes. Hughes was a straight-up beast in the welterweight division of the UFC. He was two-time champion and held the record for most wins in the division. Plus, he defended his title a crazy 7 times and had a successful title reign for over 4 years. He was known for his grappling skills, particularly his ability to take opponents down and control them on the ground. Plus, he had a strong wrestling background which he utilized effectively in the octagon. But his real claim to fame was his freakishly brutal ground and pound. Analysts call it his farm boy strength. Do you agree that Matt Hughes should even be on this list? Let's hear from you in the comments. Number 8. BJ Penn. Penn was a straight-up animal in the UFC. He's a former 2-division champion, holding both the lightweight and welterweight titles. He set the bar pretty high, being the first non-Brazilian fighter to win a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He was fast, strong, flexible, brilliant, and skilled in every discipline of MMA. He was able to put this skill set to good use in the octagon, with several notable wins over fighters such as Sean Sherk and Kenny Florian. But one of his most shocking moments was when he took down Matt Hughes with a first-round win and a rear-naked choke submission. Number 7. Randy Couture. Couture is a legend. He's a former 3-time UFC heavyweight champion, 2-time light heavyweight champion, and the first fighter in NFC history to hold titles in 2 weight classes. He's got great records. He competed in UFC for 14 years, and even at the ripe old age of 43, he became the oldest fighter to win a UFC title. He used his exceptional grappling and wrestling skills to take his opponents down and control them on the ground. Going straight to number 6, Conor McGregor. McGregor is a 2-time champion holding both the featherweight and lightweight titles. He made history as the first fighter to hold titles in 2 weight classes at the same time. He's got some serious skills in the octagon, known for his deadly left hand and the ability to finish fights with one punch. But let's be real. What really sets McGregor apart is his trash-talking and fight-promoting abilities. What do you think? He's not just all about striking. He's also got a mean grappling game, submitting opponents left and right. He's also a master at dodging and weaving his opponent's attacks. But let's be real. What really sets McGregor apart is his trash-talking and fight-promoting abilities. Number 5 on our list is Khabib Nurmagomedov. Khabib is a retired lightweight champ with a perfect record of 29-0 and 13 wins in the UFC. He's considered the #1 lightweight fighter of all time and has some serious wins under his belt against guys like McGregor, Poirier, and Dos Anjos. He holds the record for most consecutive wins in the lightweight division. That's how dominant he was. He's got insane stamina and cardio, which makes him a tough match for anyone. His style is relentless and aggressive, which made him almost impossible to beat. Even now, he's coaching up-and-coming UFC fighters and passing on his skills. Number 4. Demetrius Johnson. Johnson is the man when it comes to the flyweight division. He was the champ for a crazy long time, breaking records with 11 successful title defenses. He's basically the GOAT at 125 pounds. He's beaten some big names like Joseph Benavidez, John Dodson, and Henry Cejudo. He's a well-rounded fighter, killing it in striking, grappling, and submissions. He's lightning fast and has crazy good footwork, making it easy for him to control the fight. Not only that, but he's got a wicked grappling game, using it to submit opponents. Number 3. Anderson Silva. Silva, the man, the myth, the legend. This former UFC middleweight champ held the title for an insane 10 successful defenses and is considered one of the best fighters of his time. He's knocked out some of the biggest names in the game, like Rich Franklin, Dan Henderson, and Chael Sonnen. But it's not just his striking skills that make him so dangerous. This guy's got a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu too. He's quick, unpredictable, and can strike from all angles. Plus, he's known for putting on a show, making him one of the most popular fighters out there. Silva's striking precision, knockout power, deadly counterstrikes, and record-breaking title defenses make him one of the all-time greats in the UFC, a true legend of the sport. And now, number 2, Jon Jones. Jones is a badass. He was a former UFC light heavyweight champion and held that belt for a long time. He's got some serious skills and has taken down some of the biggest names in the game, like Quentin Jackson, Lyoto Machida, and Daniel Cormier. He's got one of the longest winning streaks in UFC history, and he's definitely one of the most dominant champs of all time. He was a young gun when he first won the title at 23. He's a master of adapting and switching things up, making it tough for opponents to predict what he'll do next. He's got a crazy range of defenses and strikes, and he's not afraid to get a little unorthodox with them. Number 1 greatest of all time in UFC is Georges St-Pierre. GSP, as he's known, is a former UFC champion in not 1, but 2 weight classes. He held the title for a long time and defended them like a boss. He's got some serious wins under his belt, like against Matt Hughes, BJ Penn, and Nick Diaz. He's got one of the longest winning streaks in UFC history and was totally a dominant force in the sport. GSP is a well-rounded fighter with skills in striking and grappling, and is a submission master, finishing off opponents with chokes and arm bars. With his multi-divisional achievements, welterweight records, and impressive 25 wins, GSP is definitely one of the greatest fighters in UFC history and a true legend of the sport. So, what is your take regarding these GOATs? Who do you think doesn't deserve to be on the list? Do share your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons to get in touch with more similar videos like this.